Hello once again everyone, Original Blood Ace here doing another video. I hope you enjoyed my new intro there that you saw, and there will be a new outro at the end. Still, not the most absolutely impressive thing out there in the world, but it is an improvement over my original intro. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, and like I said, you'll see the outro I made at the end. It still says the same thing, it's just done a bit differently. So let's get into this. It's about time I got around to doing my Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D review for the 3DS. Yes, a long time ago I got the game, did the unboxing video, and I only finally, technically I guess you could say I kinda beat it, about a week or so ago, maybe a bit more now. But, technically I haven't actually beaten the boss of the game myself. I had the AI do it because the last bit of the game to get to the boss is just annoying, and so I'm just like, screw it, the boss can get beaten by the AI for me, whatever. So whatever. And I also haven't unlocked the 8 extra levels, and I just don't care. I'm done with Donkey Kong. It's rage-inducing, I'm done. I've considered it beaten, whatever. Now, I haven't played the Wii version of the game, so it's going to be hard for me to compare against the 3DS and the Wii version, but so we'll just stick with the 3DS version and let's get into this, I guess. So first of all, the pros. It's a very challenging game. If you like challenging games, this is for you. And so some of the levels, when you finally do beat them, you really are like, holy fuck, about damn time, thank God I never have to play that level again. Like you feel like, finally I've accomplished something. Every level is different, so that's a good point. Whether it's, a new game mechanic, whether it's a new, music, a new background environment, whatever, it's all different, and that's a great thing to have, is variety when it comes to level design. So bravo on that, Retro Studios. Overall, the game's very fun. But then again, it's Retro Studios, so what do you expect? Much like the music, which is my next point, has great music, very retro from the back in the day and everything, but it's retro. Can't even speak. It's Retro Studios, so what do you expect? It's gonna be good. The flying barrel levels, if you don't know what those are basically, think of Rayman Legends, the music stages, but they're riding a barrel, but the music is not the focus. Basically, you ride a barrel through the whole level, all you do is control it, and you dodge obstacles. I wish they had taken a page out of Rayman's book, though, and it had different songs for each level that had one of those barrel riding parts to it. But other than that, it was awesome. 3D effect, if you're wondering, is good, but not the best. I'd say it's an 8 out of 10 on the scale, but it's because it wasn't made from the ground up for the 3DS. If it was, then it probably would have been a 9 or 10 out of 10. So, but it's good enough for what it has to do. Now, I don't believe you need the 3D on any level to actually beat it. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you don't. But, so let's move on to the cons now. Some of the levels are just plain brutal and unfair, where you'll grab your hair and want to rip it out, or smash your 3DS and snap it in half. But, other than that, let's move on. Some bosses aren't very well designed. Again, just in my opinion, I would have designed a few of them a bit differently, but whatever. There's one repeat boss that's just an upgraded version, basically. I think he's the very first boss, but you fight later on again, just a more souped up, angrier version of that first boss. I don't like when developers do that. I think it was just lazy on Retro's part there. And then there was a mole minecart boss. I think that was World 3 or 4, the boss of that. Ugh. Very frustrating, and I just think could have been improved upon. I like the concept, but it could have been improved upon just a bit. Then I wish it had 2-player online co-op, but this is not a huge, big deal. It's forgivable. However, it would be great if Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U, coming out in December, if that had 2-player online co-op, that would definitely help make me decide to get the game, like without any hesitation, really. But that's just irrelevant, kinda. It's not a big deal. And then finally, the controls. They're decent, if you're wondering, for the 3DS compared to the Wii version. Some people say, oh, thank God, no more motion controls. I didn't play the Wii version, so I can't say, but I will say they're good, but there's certain points in the game for me, maybe it's because I'm not using a 3DS XL, I use my original 3DS, but they're not awkward, I guess is kind of the word, where say you want to jump and then quickly duck and use the ground pound or something. It just kind of felt, not clunky, but just awkward. Not a huge game-breaking thing, just one of those little things that kind of picks at you as you're playing through the game. So overall, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D is a solid game, and as soon as you start playing it, right off the bat, you're going to be able to get that feeling where you're like, yeah, this is a Retro Studios game. That being said, though, I still don't think Retro should have made Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze right after 3D as their next game. I think they could have done that later down the road, or had someone else do it. But that's neither here nor there. I believe I did a video talking about that. Yes, there was a Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze rant with Retro Studios. But anyway, the level design, the music, the level of challenge in Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, it's definitely a good, solid 3DS game. The 3D effect is great, so I give it an 8.5 out of 10. That's just my personal thoughts, my personal score or review of it. If you thought it was better than that, you can rate it better if you want. If you thought it was worse, go ahead and rate it worse. So it's not a bad score for me, 8.5. If I had any ideas for improving the game, make some of the levels less rage-inducing, and that's really about it. Yeah, I guess that really is all I can say. So that does it for my Donkey Kong Country Returns 3DS review. So stay tuned, more videos coming soon, and yep, stay tuned for those.